All right, welcome. We are going to do some problems directly from IXL. This should help you with section A6. I've done every problem on here. I did 4 problems. They were taken from all the sections, including the challenge zone. Okay, so first problem. Okay, you need to notice the middle term is missing. What does that mean? That means we're going to have an answer with 2 binomials. Everything will be identical except the plus sign and the minus sign. So we have to ask ourselves, is that a perfect square? And is that a perfect square? Yeah, I can take the square root of 25. It's just 5, and the square root of s squared is s, right? 5s times 5s is 25s squared. And the square root of 9 is 3. So that's my a, that's my b, and we know it's a plus b times a minus b. And there's my answer. You're done. Nice and easy. Let's move to the next one. You get your calculator out and you realize I can't take this. Well, first you realize the middle term's missing. So we know my answer, my final answer is going to be 2 binomials. Okay. And we take the square root of 162 r squared, and we take the square root of 242. Now when you do that, your calculator is going to return a decimal. So that has to trigger something in your brain. Okay. We can't do that. So what do? GCF. Whenever you get confused, ask yourself, did I take a GCF out at the beginning? So what number do we know goes into 162 and 242? We know 2 goes into it. And 162 divided by 2 would be 81r squared. And 242 divided by 2 would be 121. So now we come over here and we say, can I take the square root of those? 81 r squared and 121. You get your calculator out and you can. That one's 9r and that one's 11. So we need the 2 here. We still need the GCF. And we have a plus b times a minus b. There's your answer. Okay, so just to recap on that one, we took a look at the beginning and we said, I can't take the square root of this in this. Okay, I can't do it. So what do? I take a GCF out. And that left me with this. And now I can take the square root of this and this. I can take the square root of those. What are they? 9r and 11. Those are my a and my b. Put them in here, a plus b, a minus b. Don't forget the GCF. It's part of your answer. And you're done. Okay, that's probably the hard. That was probably from the challenge zone, that problem. That's a tricky one because you got to take that GCF out. Okay, moving on. Okay, remember, if you don't notice these on a test, right, you could do these the long way. You could say, is there a GCF? No, there is not. So you could do the step 1, step 2, step 3 factor by grouping. But you might notice that this I can take the square root of, and this I can take the square root of. The square root of 25p squared is 5p. And the square root of 16 is 4. Multiply these, I get 20p. Multiply that by 2, and I get 40p. So I have myself a perfect square trinomial where the a and the b duplicate themselves. So my answer is just 5p plus 4 times 5p plus 4, and you're done. And remember, we talked about checking it. I'm going to check it in red. 5 times 5 is 25p squared. 5p times 4. That's one of the 20p's over here. 4 times 5. There's the other 20p over there. That's why we double it to make sure. Add them and I get the 40. And 4 times 4 is 16, which is the last number. And you're done. Last one, which will look similar to that. But if you notice, the difference in this one is the middle term is negative. What is the only way when we multiply 2 binomials to multiply two numbers and get a positive, but add them get a negative, is if they're both negative. So what is the square root of 64n squared? What is the square root of 49? 7 and 8n. Multiply these together and I get 56. N. Double it. And I get 112. But I do need this to be negative, right? Because I need it to be negative 112. But I did say they both are going to be negative. So it's 8n minus 7, 8n minus 7. And remember, we write these, I think I forgot on the one up above, we write these like this. Okay, because they're identical. So that's how we write these. Okay, if we scroll up right here, after I wrote that answer and checked it, my final answer after I checked it would be 5p plus 4 in parentheses squared. Okay, even I make mistakes. All right, so there we go. Those are some IXL problems. Those are the only types. So you just might need to work through some of them. Make sure you get the pluses and minuses. That might throw you for a little bit of a loop. So work on those. That's your assignment this week. Get that score up as high as you can. Be a quiz later on in the week. Take care.